too. Yeah. Come on out. Good evening. We're getting ready to start the countdown to the elections in Meridian. Odie's out here with me. We're getting ready for a show tonight as to what the results are. A few results are in. We're going to wait a few seconds here before we start putting those out, but they are slowly starting to come in.
I mean, polls started at 7 o'clock this morning. They ended about 20 minutes ago. So we're starting to see a few of these results trickle in. We see some extra people starting to come into City Hall here. But we've seen some precincts have a high turnout, and we've seen where some precincts had a low turnout. So overall, I hope we've had a decent night of people going out to vote tonight. We'll see. Looks like Rob's starting to get a few of our numbers putting up. Right now,
numbers that I got, Odie, this is interesting. Today of going to the polls. As of, this was a couple hours ago, it was 2,280 Democrats that voted.
Okay.
And take a wild guess how many Republicans have been to the polls.
Same number, 2,000.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Let's go down.
More? Go down. 1,000 people.
Roughly close, 910 people.
Wow.
This was a couple hours ago. Now, we probably got a few more. And let's hope that number, because this number would be lower than the last time.
Extremely.
It was 5,000 people, I think, that elected a mayor. Now, again, this is a primary. It will be a general election. It will be a bigger turnout, but
a lot of contested races at the primary level.
It is.
We're talking, you've got 5 wards. Every one of them are contested. You've got the mayor's race, highly contested. A lot of them are Democrats that are running more than the Republicans, but we do have a few Republicans that are going head-to-head in a couple of different wards out there. So we really needed to see everybody go vote today that was able to, that's a registered voter, to get our numbers up. What did we have a couple of weeks ago when we had the state race? I mean, very poor showing.
Was it under 1,300?
Yeah,
And in some cases, we had 0 show up. I know y'all.
2 boxes, 0. I mean, this is our future, not just for us, but our kids, our grandkids. It's their future.
Let's talk about what we have so far right now. This is results. This is going to be Ward 1 from Trinity Presbyterian Church. We have results from North Park Church, and then we also have North Crest, Ward 1. This is all Ward 1 that we're going to show. And again, this is right now of what we've got.
So Ward 1 with, we don't... Of how many, I'm not sure how many they have. That was total of 14 boxes total.
Right.
So I'm not sure, maybe about 5, maybe 3 to 5.
I'm thinking, Odie, that I was told 6 Republican boxes, and then because of the wards, and then 13 13 of the
The
Democrats.
Democrats. Okay.
That's what I think is happening there.
So, I mean, right now we see a little lead for Elliott. I think he's going to stop by tonight and talk to us sometime throughout the night. We've got other guests that's going to come in and talk to us and bring in some of the results as we get the results. We're going to stick here. We're going to be with you. We're going to bring you these numbers as they come through. We want to make sure that y'all are kept up to date with the latest information on all the numbers coming in.
As we're getting our first mayor results. This is going to be interesting. We'll have those in just a moment. Greg's going to be dropping by in a minute. He's going to do all of our live commercials for us tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll cut to Greg here in a minute. He's going to be on it, y'all.
So I'm going to go back and let's pick your brain and see if you can remember. I know it's been a little while since you've checked that stats, but you've had a straw poll up for a couple of weeks now. And the last time that you got the report given to you, what were those numbers looking like?
Coming in last in that race, we had Rita Jack at 12%. We had Ty Bell at 13%, and Jimmy Smith at 16%, and Percy Bland leading at 59%. That was the straw poll that was put out. How close will that be tonight in the actual results from this? It should get interesting.
Well, I mean, we saw where there was 3 other polls that were done over the last week or so, and they kind of went along with the polls that you had at 60%, Percy.
All right, let's as we say that. For mayor on the Democrat, we're looking at 1233 there with Percy Bland leading the rest of the pack, Odie. That's strong. That is
strong.
Lead.
Now, you know, on most of these political things that we do, you always see blue and you always see red. Blue, of course, represents the Democrat, and red represents the Republican.
Correct.
But purple, we've got Jimmy Copeland is highlighted in purple, and it is neither a Democrat and he's neither a Republican. He shares values. He's for more of everybody, not just a red or a blue. So he is a purple candidate. So
Mr. Purple will be automatically in the general election, which is coming June the 3rd. Now, should there be a tie tonight in some of this, and there's a good chance we will have a tie. April 22nd, which will go along with where Joe is headed.
Joe Norwood for District 82 House of Representative. He will be in a runoff April 22nd.
Right.
There's going to be a runoff for somebody tonight. We can just about see that happening. Right now with the mayor, I don't foresee the way this is trending to be a runoff. It looks like Percy Bland may be the Democrat nominee for mayor come the general election against Jimmy Copeland.
I'm saying this is being sponsored by U-Haul is what I'm saying.
Well,
it's going to have to be one backed up here to the
is there one out
there?
Oh, I thought there was one already out there.
Not yet, but it's coming.
But
we see a big change in this coming. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. And we've got, they're over there just calculating and trying to get some numbers together to make sure that we keep y'all up to date on everything that's coming through, everything that's coming out. Again, Percy Bland, 1,233
a little bit. As
Yeah.
we have people slipping in, I think we may be getting some
Got more
some
numbers coming
possibly.
in. Yeah. So going to be a busy night for a little while. Going to as these numbers come in, I don't foresee this staying all night long. We're not going to be here that long. I didn't bring my phone with me. We got a text earlier, and what was the amount of absentee ballots that were in? Now this is citywide. This isn't broke down between
I didn't get it.
wards.
It was very, very few, wasn't it?
It wasn't as many as I thought. 390, something like that, of them. Just talking to a few people, they did say that they had more than normal of affidavit votes that were cast. But you can see there was a confusion for some people because the precincts had changed.
Right.
Different places to vote. So we see where that could cause a little bit of confusion.
We've got our tally in.
They're throwing up some numbers and everything else. We've got Chad Acton is in the house here tonight waiting results.
I know some candidates have already rented rooms around town for celebration parties.
Yeah.
That's going to be going on, while some may just be watching from home tonight with all of this. Nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting night. Now,
It is.
What we'll have to watch is our numbers are probably going to be way faster than the city. We're getting our numbers directly. Ward 5?
Ward 5. Let's go to Ward 5. So there's some with the Democrat and the Republican coming in. Looks like on the Democrat side, we've got Brandon Rue coming in at 187 votes. Jatara Smith has got 83, and Shirley Goodwin's got 43.
All right. We're just now getting a little bit from the Republican. Chad, we got numbers on you back here.
So
our first
we get Chad to come on up. We've got a few numbers. Come on, Chad.
Chad is leading this victory at this point. He's at 25 votes, and we have 18 votes coming in for Dustin Hill at this point. And again, we're early into this. And what boxes? Our folks aren't looking at us. What I don't know is what boxes this is being reported from, of what area.
Yeah.
But we'll have some more information on that. Early into this is a small box that has come in, but it looks like you knocked on about 7 more doors there. That's
Every little bit, it takes one.
So that's what we got as of right now. 156. Okay.
So that's Ward 5.
See if they got this, and I'll be right
Okay.
back.
So we've got Ward 5 with a few coming in. We've got Ward 1, and we've got some of the mayoral boxes. 6 out of 14 have come in for the mayor. We're getting an update now on our Ward 5. Let's see what we've got coming in. Now these numbers, boy, I tell you what, how many calculators have they got over there?
Not enough.
Not
is
enough.
What they're saying.
All right. We've got accountants. We've got computer gurus. We even got a guy with firework knowledge, and we got a political advisor. We've got everybody over there behind the scenes working hard tonight to make sure that everybody's getting the right amount of numbers. So they're steadily adding and steadily adding. So, Chad, what did you feel tonight as you went to the polls yourself?
You never know. That's the thing I learned last time. You just never know. And, the people that texted me all day and said that they were behind me and they voted for me and all that, I really appreciate that. That means a lot, because there's a lot of driving around you do and a lot of knocking on doors, and you just got to hope and pray that they're listening.
That's it.
All right, we'll have we got some new numbers coming in on your race, and we'll cut back to that in just a minute. And we've got some new tallies that they're adding up now here for the mayor's race as well. So that'll be coming directly.
So, yeah, go ahead and do that. And we just want to thank y'all for being with us, bringing the election results to y'all tonight. It is April Fool's, but it's also election night, and this is serious. This is not a fool's part. So we hope everyone's enjoying their evening. Hope everybody's out there coming in from the polls. We want to make sure that everybody voted and hope that everybody voted. And tell us, how big of a deal is that? You're a candidate and you put yourself out there to run for an office to try and make a difference, and you spend your money to go out and push this and to turn around and to see a lower turnout. I mean, what does that do for a candidate?
I mean, it's disheartening, but I mean, you can only do what you can do. I mean, I go out and talk to the people.
I just sent a text to people.
You know, tell them how important this race is, and you know, it all depends on if they show up. I mean, I can knock on the door and get them to do a lot of things, but you never know what happens from the time I leave to the time they go to vote.
Yeah, and the amount of people out there that put their lives on the line every day, all our men and women that are on the other side of the world is protecting our freedom, and those that have gave the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms we have to vote. As a veteran myself, it is disheartening to see the low number turnout that we see election after election after election.
I mean, every vote counts. I mean, when it comes down to it, and you just try to get people, and they, you know, last election it was everybody was out of town vacationing, which, you know, if they just voted earlier, and you know, it would have been okay.
We got absentee for a reason. You know, use that when you need to.
I didn't look at it.
Going to try and get those numbers of how many. Low number, but still a higher number than you normally see. 300 and something comes to mind for some reason. Don't have a number on the affidavits, but we did see or was told that there was a higher number than average on the affidavits, and probably contributing that to confusion at the polls, going to the wrong one, or moved and didn't turn in an address. Yeah, I bet. And, all right, so Trinity, I think, was one of those that actually had 2 wards voting in the same precinct.
1 in 5.
So that was there a confusion there, or did you think all that went smooth?
When I was in there, it was fine, and after that, I never went back in there. So you don't know. You just hope and pray everything does go right.
Yeah,
that's all you can do.
Yeah. So we get any more numbers in yet?
We're getting it updated. We were trying to determine a minute ago of what boxes have been counted, what boxes didn't. We got that straightened out. And as we're going to have this loaded here in just a second. And this is the big numbers that we got here is going to be the mayor's race.
Yeah.
And this is going to be 10 boxes out of 14 is what we've got. So we're close here. Yeah. And Odie, I'm going to let you get into this because we're there now. Have we gotten the numbers here?
Yeah, 10 out of 14 that is reporting. Here we go again. Tybell Lindsay at 133. Rita Jack, 214. Jimmy Smith, 611. And here we go again. Percy Bland, 1,965 votes. 1,300 votes ahead of Jimmy Smith at this time.
This would be hard with 4 boxes for Jimmy Smith in any direction to get reelected.
Yeah, and we're already looking at a majority of 50% plus 1. So as of right now, without going out on a limb, we're not calling this by any means, but it is looking like your mayoral candidate on the Democrat side is going to be Percy Bland.
As we get some, we're getting some updated numbers here on Ward 5. We'll come back to in just a minute there with this.
So yeah, that's a wide margin. That really speaks a lot for the amount of votes that Percy has gotten. But you see him everywhere. He's been out. He's been pushing himself.
Well, we've had Odie, and let's just be honest about this. We've had a mayor that was a ghost mayor. Can I say it now? I don't see him here. I hadn't seen him at any crime scenes. I hadn't seen him at any press. They didn't have press conferences. I'm sorry. What happened? Let's just tell it how it is. And this was a man that told us time and time again behind it every press conference. I had the best police chief Meridian has ever seen. The best, although you didn't see her either. And you know what? Meridian did not agree with Percy and not with Jimmy Smith. They didn't agree with it at all. People, and any candidate watching me right now, I want you to pay close attention. People want to hear from you, period. They want to hear from you. They like to know what their mayor is doing. When somebody is hurt, they want to know about it. They don't want you to run and hide behind your desk. And let's just back up here. Let me get on a roll as we talk about this. We have a police officer give his life for this city. Y'all with me? Gave his life for this city, and we had a mayor that would not allow the Meridian Fire Department to fly a flag in his honor. That is the gospel. And told the police, the fire chief that he would fire him if he did it. Now, this is not made up. I'm on a roll here, folks. Jimmy is out.
I think he's called it.
Everybody hear that? It needs to be said. You go into a press conference with this current administration, you can't ask questions. And you ask, well, what are the charges on these people that got arrested? And they go, you can't make this up. Folks, this has been some dark days for Meridian, Mississippi the last 4 years when we thought we had somebody that was going to come in and help. Now, did we get some roads paved? We did. Is it a chance that they were already going to get paved anyway? Sure is. If he done something good, we don't know about it because you didn't tell us. Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to let you talk a little bit, Odie. I
got a blood pressure deal here in a minute.
Elizabeth.
So Ward 5, we've got some new updates coming in there. We don't know how many boxes we've got. Brandon Rue at 343, Jatera Smith 160, Shirley B. Goodwin 62 on the Democrat side. Ward 5, Chad Acton at 171, Dustin Hill 216. So there's been a few more boxes. Don't know how many that is that's come in on Ward 5.
We're going to show this, and I'll have to tell you because we didn't test this before. When we cut to this screen live, the sound goes out. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut to it, and you're just going to see the results, and you won't be able to hear us for a second.
All right, so now they got to see what we were talking about. Jimmy Smith, 611. Percy Bland, 1,965. Rita Jack, 214. Ty Bell at 133. So that's 10 of 14.
Jimmy, what the leader had?
1,965.
What did Jimmy have?
Jimmy's got 611.
Okay, I just want to be sure I read that right.
All right.
We'll have, again, we got 4 boxes out.
4 boxes out.
Is there a little laughter involved with this? It absolutely is. Just because we've been turned, the next 3 months, and here's the question is, are we going to have a mayor that's active these last 3 months, or will we not see him anymore in office? That's what we're facing here. He could disappear rather quickly there.
Wow, it's a lot of people have gone and voted, and a lot of people have put down exactly who they want to see in the next round for them. Now, Percy's not automatically in. This is something that he will go to the general against Jimmy Copeland. Jimmy Copeland is running for mayor as an independent, so he was not on the ballot today. He automatically went to the general election. With no Republican in there, it will be just between Jimmy Copeland and Percy Bland for mayor of Meridian for the next 4 years. Remember, they take office in July. They don't take office in January like the rest of them. Ward 4. Ward 4 has come in. Ramonde Walker, 402 to Kim Houston, 300. Remember, Rondé.
Pretty quick on that.
Ramonde Walker is the incumbent. Kim Houston coming in 102 less. How many boxes is that? Not sure how many boxes that is, but Ward 4 is coming in a little bit with just those two. No Republican for Ward 4. So this would actually end, we could find the winner for this tonight, right?
Very easily.
No independent, no Republican in this, so this is a Democrat, 2 Democrats going head to head. And right now, Ramonde Walker, 402 to Kim Houston, 300. So one of these will be your Ward 4 council person for the next 4 years.
All right, let me see if we've got a sheet, if that's any. Come on up here. We need to.
Yeah.
We're gonna borrow your microphone here just
There
a
you
moment.
go.
Come on up here, Julie.
You get me in like 1 minute.
What are we hearing from the city as their results come in on
We
this?
got some results that we're getting straight from the precinct, and so we kind of know a little bit more than they do right now because they're the official box that's coming in. But right now, I think that we can definitely call. Looks like Ward 3. Everybody is here, and that's Ramonde Walker versus
Ward 4.
No, Ward 4.
4. I'm sorry. Yeah, Houston.
Is this all boxes reporting?
I believe that's going to be all boxes reporting.
Well, congratulations.
There. So
Yeah.
We'll keep Miss Walker as the councilwoman in Ward 4. And then Percy, yeah, you can go ahead and call that one. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not here, but
There's
With
no-
only 4 boxes left, it'd have to be 100%
Yeah, he needs some
for.
Now, I
Yeah.
brought this up, and you've been around politics, and as
I'm standing there.
that girl, Greg's looking on, giving her advice of what to say,
Yeah.
what's going on.
You know, you
Darling.
looked happier on the show without your husband on there
And I
with
got
you.
jealous.
Yeah, he got jealous.
Did you hear what he said? He said
No.
you look like you're premiering for The Voice.
You know what he called you earlier? Garth Ray.
Garth Ray
Garth Ray.
with an air traffic controller.
All right.
As I brought this up, we got, 3 months left for the current mayor? How many months we got left? Is that about
July 1st is when the new mayor is inaugurated.
April, May, and June, as we
Yeah.
roughly 3
There's
months.
a general still to be had.
Correct.
Independent in there. And
But what we will find out tonight is Jimmy Smith will be going away most likely. I don't see any path
I
to
don't see,
victory.
I don't see a path forward
So
for
what,
anybody else.
what does Jimmy do the next 3 months? Does he still show up for work? Is he still an active mayor, or does he kind
he
of
still has all the
disappear?
responsibilities. And
I didn't ask that.
I can't. I don't have a crystal ball.
Okay,
It
well,
doesn't fit in the purse, you know.
She knows all. Don't let her fool you. And I predict over the next few days you're going to see promotions start rolling out, especially the police department.
I'm a little thankful
We're going to be seeing that come.
Well, I'm a little thankful we didn't have a runoff. Runoffs are expensive, they're difficult, and so to go ahead and get it out of the way, it saves taxpayer money, it saves donors money, it saves.
And not many people go and vote
Yeah.
for a runoff.
So it doesn't look like we'll have a runoff in the mayor's race.
So what we can call now is Ward 4 and the mayor's race at this point is what we're saying we're calling.
Yeah, and I've seen some numbers from Ward 1, and that looks like, in the Republican side, it's pretty heavy for Elliott Brewer. So I don't know if that's all boxes or not, but it's a pretty difficult gap that Reed has to make up there against Brewer. So it looks like he's probably going to be the Republican nominee out of Ward 1.
I'm going to see if this is all boxes.
And then he'll go to the general against one of the 2, Tyrone Johnson and Cassandra Amerson will be on there.
Numbers on those.
No numbers on them yet, but one of them will be a clear winner. Elton Brewer, what it's looking like, will be the Republican
Elliott
nominee.
Brewer, Elton
Reed,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's
It is a little.
that
Yeah.
gets you.
That's a tongue
It
twister.
is. But yeah. So I'm about to go check back numbers. I can't hold it.
Oh, check back numbers. All right.
On this race here with Elliott and Elliott Brewer and Elton, the only thing missing from this is the absentee ballots. Now,
Okay.
let me ask how many there might be. See if anybody knows that. Does anybody back here know the absentee numbers? Where's our man that said he was coming that knows this stuff?
I'll tell you what, hold on.
Uh-oh, I'm left on the camera. Do I need to talk about something?
Yeah.
Dance a little bit. I can do that once again.
All right, so-
BR549 is what we're looking for.
Well, now we're selling cars.
But we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. It means a lot for us to join us as we bring you election results from City Hall. This is kind of that mid-year thing. You get kind of gauges where things are. And without a doubt, it doesn't matter whether it's a ward, Odie, or if it was the mayor's election, there was one thing that stood above all on this election. Concerned citizens going, I'm concerned about my safety. Safety has been the key to this entire election. Did you plant your feet on that? Some did, some didn't.
All right, so absentee ballots.
Okay.
It can't be broke down for party or ward, but there was 354 absentee ballots that were cast. So now that's total citywide. So the only thing that would even affect would be the mayor's race, but still 350. Not much. Now, we don't have a number for the affidavits, but we do know that there is a report of more than normal numbers coming in on an affidavit ballot than normal.
And when it got down to that last race that we were watching, it ended up being, 9 affidavits that actually could be counted?
Out of 20.
Yeah,
I think it was 20 that was submitted and only 9 that would actually be justified.
Correct.
And that takes a little longer because they have to go in and really look to make sure that what they say is right. Whether they've moved and forgot to go get registered, or they voted at the wrong precinct, or something that happened there. So even with a higher number, it doesn't mean that every one of those are going to be counted.
Yeah, that was less than half.
Yeah.
Boy, I added that real quick in my head.
You're doing pretty
I'm
good.
real good at Northeast.
Is that Northeast
y'all.
math?
That's Northeast math.
How'd you do with Northeast spelling?
We don't need to bring up that. My teacher was sick most of the year.
Greg has Clarkdale education.
Then they got into vowels and other things, want me to buy them, and I was like, I'm good. I'm real good over here. Did you see those toes?
That was some big numbers to fill.
There were some real big numbers there. Nick Lisi also here with us, the judge here in town. Nick, have y'all opened up, or y'all?
Oh, come on in here.
This was one of the biggest stories that broke in Meridian just a few weeks ago. Was somebody closing their business because, people wouldn't work. They didn't want to earn their money, and this man, you did what nobody else did.
At the end of the day, I want you guys to be treated well. At whatever expense, whatever cost, I want you guys to be treated well. I come here just with flour on my feet because we've been up there all day.
Pizza.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to make sure it gets done right. And I have sympathy on every one of these candidates because
You've been there.
Oh man, I wouldn't. My son come down the road and I almost slapped him in the face a little bit on the way to school this morning. He said, "I really miss us not running for anything." I said, "Son, you better be quiet because
you'll be knocking on doors with me."
You'll be knocking on doors again because I think that's the key to any of these races is getting out.
People want to see you, don't they?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now,
or Gus cooking for you.
One of the two.
As that is being said about knocking on doors, what about after you're elected? How does this affect you 3 to 4 years later?
People still are going to come to you and talk to you, and I still see people today. I had people today say, "Congratulations on your victory." It's been a year and some change, but you still have to connect with the people, talk to them, find out what they want, because ultimately they're your boss. They elect you, and that's what it's got to be.
Now, Nick often visits us on the show in the morning, gives us updates what's going on in court. Always nice to hear these things, and you know where they are. As y'all voted for Nick last year, any big surprises in your role of wearing that robe?
Oh,
I wish you'd have wore it tonight.
I'm not far. I guess I could have. If I had been Nick in the house, I could have wore it. But that's what I love about the job. It's never the same. It's constantly changing. It's the same thing, but there's always different circumstances, and that's what keeps my ADD mind going because it's never the same. And then again, I appreciate the people electing us, and I sympathize and empathize with all of these candidates because I feel, and there's going to be a relief one way or the other. It's over. You've done all you can do. You've knocked on all the doors. You've done everything you can do, and that's the best. That's all you can do.
Now, we're getting a lot of questions I hear about Ward 3. Has anything come in on Ward 3? We have got
Nothing for Ward 3 yet.
for Ward 3. So we're going to start making some phone calls and see what we can discover on Ward 3. That's going to be an interesting race also.
close.
Yeah.
Y'all,
A lot of people in there. We've got incumbent Joseph Norwood, LaQuincy Kimbrough, Sandra Faye Moore, Joy Finley, and Tracy V. Timms, all on the Democrat ticket. So 5 people. It's hard to say that there's not going to be a runoff in that. But looking at the mayor's race, I mean,
you could have one here that sticks out.
Yeah, I mean, there could be one that doesn't.
But here's my thing on this, and I look at this is only speculation from standing here. Usually if you have a incumbent, a lot of people don't want to run against that incumbent. It looked like half City of Meridian wanted to run in this race.
That is definitely.
I mean, Ramonde, she's got lead 102, 402 to 300, I think is what it was on 4, and she was the incumbent. So 402 to 300 over Kim Houston.
And we project her to be the winner.
And we project her to be the winner.
We have gotten no results so far from Ward 3.
Ward 3, yeah, nothing coming in.
We got
Beverly
something.
Henson, she is going to be the Republican candidate for your general election.
That girl is getting us some
She's
results.
pulling
up
some
here.
papers.
She's trying.
She's trying. Well, one thing, Nick, that we had talked about one of the times that you've been on the show was as a judge, you have to listen to both sides of the story, and you can't interject your personal thoughts. You have to go by the rule of law. And you've caught yourself, I know, a time or two wanting to have feelings for something, but you can't. How tough is that when you're being a judge?
It's very tough, and again, it's something that you've learned, and I guess even just as a business owner, you have to learn to listen to the facts. It doesn't matter who you think's right or who's right. It's who at the end of the day is right, and that's what you've got to go with.
Fix your hair.
And my wife said
fix your
my
hair.
hair because there ain't much there, and that's look, it's probably got some flowers.
You're going to need a cowboy hat before long,
I hate to say this, but me or Odie are not going to do the lick thing and put your towel.
it's not going to happen.
No,
It's not.
My wife, she tries to keep me in order, and again, it's all the, it's falling out, and I can't help it.
Mine's retreating too, so I mean, well, at least she's watching for you. So
Look, she loves me still. That's all
there
that
you go,
counts.
there you go. And I know it's tough to listen, and then you look out there and you've seen these people before, not in court but outside court, and now you're making a difference in their life, good or bad. But from what we've heard in the public, I mean, you've done an outstanding job. Everybody's always talking highly of you. I mean, we love you on the show because you come see us all the
The
time.
person I know that don't like you is Jeff Tate.
Yeah, I mean,
And me and him don't have much in common. We really just don't.
a little fishy relationship
Well,
there.
fishy
Isn't it?
relationship and
Shrimpish.
all that,
Yeah.
it smells a little funny, but this again, I love the people, and I've done my very dead level best to be fair and unbiased, and I think that's what, in really any of these positions, you just got to make the right decision, no matter what you're running for. Democrat, Republican, you just got to do what's right for the people, your ward, or the city.
Jump in on this, and I want you to start talking about this, because me and Odie have been waiting on this. This is one of the most anticipated. We got 8 out of 14, and Nick, start leading this where we are on this.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it's I don't even know that
This
I
is
wanna lead it.
close.
That is very close.
Yes.
You have Joseph Norwood at 285 votes. You got LaQuincy Kimbrough at 37, Sandra Moore at 65, Joy Finley at 9, and Tracy Timms at 288.
That's 3 votes. 3 votes.
That's going
8 out of 14. This could be a runoff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we could definitely see a runoff, and right now it looks like Joseph Norwood and Tracy Timms would be going to the August 22nd runoff election. Now, won't that be something? Because you'll have Joseph Norwood and Tracy Timms, as of now, go head-to-head in a runoff election on April 22nd, while Joe Norwood, his father, is going to a runoff on the 22nd as well against Greg Elliott for House District. So 2 big races right there that could be on the same day, a father and a son.
That's going to be a potential hoedown.
You know, yeah, it really will. 8 of 14 on that one.
Every time I hear that, I can remember. I had a glass of tea, and it was one of the first times that Jeff Foxworthy had come out, and I will never forget. You might be a redneck if somebody yells "hoedown" and your girlfriend hits the floor.
That's not what I was meaning by understand what you're saying.
Honestly, I spit my spit out.
Only on the Scotty Ray Report will you hear that kind of
That was a funny moment. That guy was really funny during his time.
He was, yeah. Oh, he made it big with the redneck jokes, you know.
And there came a time where you couldn't have said that, where you would have hurt somebody's feelings, and I think America is past that now.
You gotta learn.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
He's very more knowledgeable than me.
Greg,
look, those honey buns are to give us a sugar rush.
yeah, and we had to
Greg ate 2 of them.
But this girl's been working hard today. I passed a church today, and she was out helping with the elections there, working hard. She was in somebody's window, and I don't know what the argument was about, but she was setting the record straight.
I think she smiles just about like my wife. She's got a beautiful
Just enough, huh?
Just like my wife, just enough.
Boy, that's a little butter in there.
You still got 2.5 years, you know.
All right, let's go over what we do know of who's leading what. We are going to call. We still have 4 boxes out, I think, on the mayor's race. 4 boxes out. We're going to call this for Percy Bland. 1965, leading his closest, Jimmy Smith, at 6'11". It would be almost every vote have to be to go Jimmy's way for him to come out of this, wouldn't it? And then some. Yeah, it ain't happening.
That's just real hard. Out of 4, I mean, you've got to have 1,300 votes out of 4 boxes.
It's just
yeah.
it's not happening there. So we're calling on the Democrat side. We're calling it for Percy Bland, who will now face Jimmy Copeland in the general election June 3rd.
Yeah.
And what else we got? We got Ward 4. We're calling. Let's go back over those numbers. 402 for Ramonda.
Ramonde Walker.
I'm sorry.
402. It's like a Telsa. He can't say
those 2 words in my life are tough. Miss Walker, we're calling the race for you tonight. Congratulations there, who is beat Kim Houston, who used to be a council person, who went for mayor, who lost.
Yeah. And so she's been out about 8 years.
Ty Bell will not be returning to the city council. That is over.
We got Ward 5 on the Democrat side. We've got Brandon Rue at 343, Jatara Smith at 160, and Shirley Goodwin at 62. Then we've got Chad Acton at 171 and Dustin Hill at 216.
Still missing boxes.
Still mixing boxes. We don't have all of them in yet, so there could be some changes on both sides for that. What was our other ward? We had some in Ward 4.
No, we already done that one.
Yeah, Ward 4. Nothing in Ward 3. Let's go back over 3. We hadn't touched on it in a minute or two. Well, it kind of touched on it. Yeah, Joseph Norwood, 285. Tracy Timms, 288. Yeah. Now, Beverly Henson's going to be your nominee for
we can go ahead
Ward
and call
3.
that.
Yeah. She will be officially. Beverly's going to win the Republican nominee.
We're on this, folks.
For Ward 3.
Call that.
We call that. We're better than CNN on this stuff. I mean, it's
come out of nowhere for us there, but
but you pulled through.
June 3rd, she's there.
Yeah. Now Beverly, her mother, a longtime congresswoman, city councilwoman.
For years.
Yeah, I mean a long time.
I will tell you some fun facts about
You
Beverly.
think of Big Bird every time you see her, too?
Well, but her cats are named after Nick and Al and Gus.
You were kidding me.
I'm on the Bible. You ask Beverly Henson. She's that good a customer.
That is good there.
I know that sounds made up, but it is not made up.
Hey, some things you just can't hide.
You can. She's been supporting us a long time.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Barbara Henson, a long-time person for the city of Meridian, and now she would like to follow in her mother's footsteps.
Meridian would definitely see some sort of change after tonight. This race, as we look at Joe Norwood's race, it's going to be a runoff, we feel.
Yeah.
And then you will have to go back to the polls. That's going to be the 22nd.
The 22nd, April 22nd. Yeah.
Now, what is scary with that is we're afraid that it's going to be another low turnout. Joe Norwood is on this, and we'll be seeing what happens with House District with that one. So we know of at least 2 races there.
I can speak from a candidate standpoint. It is frustrating for a low turnout. I've had discussions with people today. I don't know what the secret sauce of getting the public to get out. I mean,
I don't think there is one.
There's not enough money can be spent. I think it's frustrating from a candidate standpoint. You want to put your efforts in and do all you can do and see what the people really want.
Yeah.
Got to get them. I don't know what the solution is, but there's got to be a solution for sure.
We've got to get more people to pay attention to politics, especially at the local level.
100%.
National level, as we can see. Excuse me, what's going on now? I mean, we've got President Trump came in, Elon Musk has come in there, and they're really going through and looking at our budgets. We don't need that to stop federally. We need that to trickle down state and local. Where are we wasting money at? Now, at your local level, you don't see as much of it because we're limited on what we get. State, you may see a little bit of overspending in different areas, but federal, we have really seen a lot of money that has been paid out to different items that didn't need to. And just to see, we got Shad White in Mississippi who he is on it, going out and really making a difference.
And I think that's from, like you said, federally all the way to back to your home. There's waste, intentionally, unintentionally, it's there. You just got to have somebody that points it out. And Democrat, Republican makes no difference. Just get in there and make the difference for your local community and do what you can do.
That's right.
Now, and before long, we got 2 years before the governor's race and all this comes back.
That's correct.
Have we really seen who the forerunner is on this? I know there's a lot of back and forth as we bring up Shad White. We see that Delbert really wants it. He would really like to be your governor.
Yes.
Who is there? Anybody? Lynn Finch. That's a name that pops up.
There's a few names that are out there. There's some that are uncommitted that I think are going to dictate a lot of these people.
We have a very wealthy businessman in Mississippi.
Yeah.
I think he's going to dictate who is serious and who is not serious.
Once he puts his name down, people are going to say, okay, maybe not. Now, Delbert, there's term limit on his position now, lieutenant governor as well. So he's going to have to either retire or go for governor.
That's right.
So we'll see, what he does. I do see that he's going to put his name in the hat. I think that's a given. Dilbert Hoseman's going to do that.
That's right.
Those are a few of the names
Finch,
that we'll see,
know.
but when it comes to lieutenant governor, I ain't got a clue.
I don't. And
Brad Favre? Is he coming?
Who knows? I'm sure that'll be as elaborate as the amount of people that are coming out for governor. Probably go for that position.
Well, we've heard on the backside that we could possibly see Shad White move to the lieutenant governor race.
I really think this particular person we're talking about that's going to determine it is going to determine all the jockeying around and what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're seeing that we're fishing at another round of updates from the city, so this may be affecting Ward 5 here and a little bit more on Ward 3, getting those numbers there coming in, 8 of 14 of what we're seeing here. Changes, I'm trying to think of these other major races that people are trying to bill for in the state. It's not coming to me of anything that everybody's scrabbling over.
I still think the person we're just talking about as far as the governor race, if he drops his name in the hat, is going to jockey a bunch of different, it's going to make people rethink what exactly in the world they're going to be running.
And he's serious. Yeah. He is very serious. And here's the thing, like you take a Donald Trump who owned businesses, you take somebody who owns, and when I say multiple and he's a billionaire. Let's just call it the way it is.
Yeah.
He knows how to run something efficiently to make a difference. Does Mississippi need that? We might need that. We've had so many career politicians.
I think you need that in any walk of life. I mean, it's just love it, hate it. You need somebody that's running a private business. There's no subsidies. You either make it or you don't. And if you get somebody like that in government, Democrat, Republican, makes no difference. That's the people that you need to elect to get in there to be able to make that change.
Well, the person that signs the front of a check looks at things different than the people who sign the back of a check.
Right.
And that goes on. If they go into a political career, they take that aspect with them. I've got a business to run. I've got to look after my bottom line. You took a stance on that. Gus built this. You've taken it over, and customer service was your key, and that's what drove your business to the level it was. And you had to do something.
We have a saying, we got to make the math. And that is as simple as it is, but it's the truth that just about any position, the math has got to math. And you got to elect whoever that person into that position that can make the math at the end of the day.
And do what's right for everybody. It's not just us. I mean, heck, I'm already climbing down the hill. I've got a rope on the other side so I can slow my
my
dance.
already talking about my ball spot. I think I'm going down there with you. But it's still, like you said, it's got to be somebody that's got to make the math. And I know that's a simple term, but that's just the truth of it all.
Well, life can be simple.
Ooh, we got an update, y'all.
Oh, we got an update. Well, it looks like one person got an update.
Yeah, one person did.
11 to 14. Now, this is a difference because right now that's only one box.
That's correct.
This made this much difference. Of now, Ty Bell Lindsay, 133. Rita Jack, 235. Jimmy Smith at 637. And Percy Bland, 2,102.
He's running away with
3.5 times more than your next contender.
That's correct.
That's
a
lot.
What you call.
That's serious.
That's a lot. To see that many votes out of one box come in for that one candidate. Brandon Rue, 343. Jatara Smith at 160. Shirley Godwin at 62 on Ward 5 Democrat. Ward 5 Republican. Dustin Hill, 216. Chad Acton at 171. We still think we've got a few more boxes coming in for Ward 5.
Nick, we're going to borrow your microphone for just a moment. We got a candidate going to walk up.
Yes.
Who we're finding out that is going to be coming up here in just a few moments. This is Jimmy Copeland that is joining us. Now, Jimmy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And as we look at the numbers here, this is who you're going to be facing in June.
Yes. Impressive.
As we look back at, and I may have spoke too much earlier as I went into why this race is that way. It was a real personal matter to me when you have a mayor that will not listen to the people nor talk to the people. And I had a huge problem with this. We went from being able to talk to the police department. I talked to them probably 20 times a day, and I always got an explanation to, I don't know you, and we're not talking to you, step back, get away from here. No, we're not going to have a press conference for anybody.
Absolutely.
What you see here is what we're going up against, and it shows Meridian. What's your thoughts on what Meridian has just said?
Well, actually, I'm glad to see the turnout. It's actually higher than what I expected it to be, so I'm glad about the turnout and everything. And congratulate Mr. Bland on his win and everything. I look forward to the election in June. Meridian is at a place where we can go to extreme heights. We really can. We can be the fastest growing city in the state of Mississippi. And it looks like Meridian wants change.
Definitely from where we are now.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a positive campaign and everybody working together to build a better Meridian. That's what it's all about.
Okay. Well,
like you said, it is a good turnout, and we typically see more turnout during a general election.
Exactly.
So hopefully this keep going and builds momentum up that we see that.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Exactly. Regardless of who wins the race, people getting out and voting and expressing their love for the city and their desire. That's what it's all about.
Amen.
That's what it's all about.
That's it.
Any other determinations made with the other races?
We've
Yeah,
called
Ward
that.
4. Rob, send us to 4.
Okay, all right, wonderful.
And this is the winning what we have here. She's won it at 402 to 300. We can go ahead and call that for her.
Right now, she's the one incumbent that
Is
we
staying.
see. But we do have 3. We do have another incumbent, Joseph Norwood.
Okay.
Right now, 3 points difference between Tracy Timms.
Okay, looking at a runoff,
So
possibly.
looking at a runoff with that with 5 people.
That's a huge race, though. That's a huge race.
That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people in that.
We did go ahead and call that Beverly Henson is going to be the Republican nominee, and
And we're really ready to call you the independent winner.
Yeah, we think we're going to see you in the general election coming
I
up.
was actually encouraged today. I got a lot of people who called me or text me and said, I didn't see your name on the ballot. I said, you got to wait till June, not today.
That's right.
But it was good that they actually were looking for my name.
Yeah,
That is.
Yeah.
it does feel good, but
We certainly appreciate you coming by and speaking with us. We appreciate that so much. And best of luck in June as you head off for this. Again, Meridian is going to have a change, one way or the other.
One way or the other.
one way or the other.
We
Yep.
appreciate that.
Jimmy, good to see you, sir.
We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Copeland join us. Greg, come up here. Greg, you hadn't even been on the show at all tonight.
Well, tough. You're coming on anyway. There's some T-shirts floating around. Well, that's what we need you in here so we can climb back up a little high.
As we all know, Greg joins us each and every Friday on the show, and with bad weather and this, that, and the other. Greg, what do you see out of this?
I mean, I'm trying to be, how do I put this, positive, shine a good light.
Acting better than I did.
Yeah, but it's obvious Meridian is hungry. They want to change. I mean, there's no doubt. And we talk about on the show and out in public, get out and vote, let your voices be heard.
Yeah.
Those that voted, let their voices be heard. Now, I don't know what percentage we had of people, registered voters that voted today. I'm sure it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I've just come to accept that. People don't, in my opinion, take it as serious as I do. I believe men and women died so we'd have the right to do it every day. And I think if you can't do anything else, you ought to get out and vote.
Now.
And be educated on what you're voting on.
You're only typically doing this once every other year.
Yeah.
So it's not like once a week you have to go to the polls and stand in line. Once every other year.
I know that people are scared of Donna Jill, and sometimes that keeps them from doing that because they're afraid they'll get that. And I'm being honest about that. Man, I've heard it. Man, Donna Jill sent me a letter if I go register.
But then you eat at Harvest Grill or Jeans. I mean, come on.
And you ride in a school bus.
Exactly.
Let me ask this.
Get out and vote. I mean, that's
Your opinion of what we're seeing tonight would change. What do you see coming for the county? Do we see a shakeup of people going, we're tired of things not being budgeted, not being handled right, and money just being spent like there's no tomorrow? Do we see a change coming with that?
I don't know.
Is it too early?
I think it's too early to look at that in that way. The city has been steadily building up with it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it started off as a small fire and it was a raging fire.
And it could have been put out.
To the election.
Yeah.
And they spoke. You know what I'm saying? For those in the county offices, you got time to fix some problems, but you better get to fixing. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that does. I agree with that statement. You got 2 years to correct any mishaps that may have happened.
Well,
up until
and
this
you
point.
got to look at over the last few years, the information that's available to the public of what's going on in the city.
Right.
More people are starting to realize that it's happening. It's not somebody saying, hey, I heard this happen, I heard that happen. It's being shown every day what's actually going on.
Well, you and I deal with this every day. I've had more and more people tell me, why are there more wrecks? I said, there's not more wrecks. You just didn't know about it.
You just didn't hear about it.
Why are there more? Why is there more crime? Well, I'm not saying there's not more crime. But used to, you did not hear about it.
That's it.
I mean, I don't want to Garth Ray.
Well, you
to
can't.
swell up or
It's
nothing.
already. That's why he's got the hat on.
Getting tell you that it was going on, you still wouldn't know that it was happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, we hear more about it. Yeah.
On the average, we worked the same amount of wrecks 5 years ago
Right.
that we did the last
But
couple
you
of
might
years.
hear about one of them a week instead of 3 of them a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Let's-
before the big power outage, you might not even known about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Is
Information
is
is
the road
there.
open now?
Yes, sir. Highway 145 is open, but we've got better sources, and as much as I fuss about technology, we've got better technology to pass the word along. News
Yeah.
should be easier than it's ever been before, not harder.
I agree with that statement there. Like, let's give an example of today. Headlines today. One of them made the headlines. One of them didn't. We had someone that was struck with a hammer. That happened downtown Meridian. We
Wow.
had someone else struck with a skillet today. Now they're okay.
Man.
Is it kind of comical in one way? But if you're the one that got bumped with that skillet, it's probably not as funny as it could
A
be.
cast iron skillet, it's not
right.
a light
She
tin
said
can.
it's her skillet and her.
It was-
But that did happen. There's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of times that we go to a lot of incidents, and once you get there, it's not as bad as you may have thought it was on the way en route to it. And those, we stay away from those and let those go away. We
Yeah.
bring you the big of the big each day of what goes on in the community. A lot of heart-touching stories that you wouldn't know about, and it is.
And the good too. I get little crossways with people every now and then. All I hear is bad, but no. I think I seen a fella at Martin Day where they were raising money for the fire departments, and I see kissing babies and kissing kids. He's running from something or for something or something. But
Well, you had West Lauderdale won gold medals. We
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about it and pushed that out.
you report all of the news, and that's
Yeah.
what people want to hear, and what's current and local. I don't care if somebody fell off their tractor in Ohio. I'm sorry, that just don't.
Yeah, it doesn't affect our
If
neighborhood.
Mr. Jones's cows is in the middle of the road, I'd like to know it because I go right by his pasture.
And you don't want to come around a curve and hit a cow. That will do a lot of damage to a vehicle pretty quick.
Well, I think he's going over there now to maybe get some updated results, and we can get back with the election instead of chasing those rabbits Greg was chasing.
Well, all right, let's see what we got now. I think about the same as what it was.
Yeah, no updates yet. We're
Nothing
waiting.
changed.
We're waiting on the next round that will come in. We've claimed this race with Joseph Norwood is too close. What, 3 votes? We're looking
Yeah,
at
3 votes between. We're going to go ahead and say that there's going to be a runoff between them.
Is that right? on that one?
No, I
It's 8
think
of 14, isn't
something
it?
like that. So there. All right, some more boxes are coming in now. We
That
see
was a
them.
Twinkie. No, that wasn't a box.
Oh, is that a? Well, they didn't bring us
We
one.
didn't get one.
We're hoping that they'll bring us one. But we see each other. We see people every single day that comes up to us, whether we're eating, and hey, we like that. Come up and say, hey, thank y'all for what you do. Tell Scotty Ray, hey, taking pictures, the weather. Oh man, we had somebody in Waynesboro. What did they say? Thank God Scotty Ray said something because nobody ever covers us.
That was touching. I think the lady said she lived out maybe on Highway 84 on the Alabama line, and she said nobody covers our area like y'all do about what's going on. Said you made us feel important too. And I got news.
And it is important.
We try to make everybody feel important because you are important.
Every single one of y'all
Every
are.
one of you's important.
You and I were not long ago. We were down at Mathis Peaches, which is down Highway.
Them strawberries is that?
I need a basket now.
We're going to have watermelons before too long. That's going to be covered in. She's got a whole thing starting in April. Y'all get ready to go.
Yeah.
And it always is, we like to hit the ice cream parlor there a little bit as well.
Got all the Easter decor out.
Oh, yeah.
A matter of fact, my wife reminded me I need to go get her some ferns from there. They got ferns
Easter
hanging
ferns.
all over the front of the building.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get them dead because that's where they end up in the house anyway.
They might be a little cheaper, huh?
Nobody's ever been able to keep one alive, have they?
That wa-
Everybody takes them home and they go,
My wife
overwaters them. Cactus is gone.
Yeah.
We have not, we see other people dancing, but no winners yet.
Well, you notice we're sitting here talking about weather, and well,
We got some severe weather tomorrow night.
yeah, and so we're at a wind advisory until midnight Thursday. So hey, that's already starting to come our way. But I tell you one thing, the good Lord has put his hands over us and kept us safe.
Amen.
And that does not mean that each one of these storms that we see come through our area that we do not take serious. And we need to always be prepared and be ready for the worst. And we don't want the worst, and God has blessed us, but you're sitting out there this whole storm cycle, watching this come through and telling people where it's at. I mean, every Dollar General down there is on his little map.
That's right.
You know, that's why it's yellow when you see it. But you tell the roads, you tell the cross streets, and that's what it takes. People need to know where this storm track is going, and a lot of people rely on you while we're at the EOC watching this come through.
And and as we talk about politics and all this, when it comes to weather, does your supervisor check on you? Does your ward councilman check on you after storms? They check on your community.
That's right.
And that's what gets you votes, and that's what we're passing along to politicians tonight. It's not a once every 4 years I come knock on your door. It really truly is year round. They're keeping your name in front of people.
right.
Do that and you'll be reelected.
That's what people want to see you, and they want to feel like you care.
Yeah, and somehow or another in politics, we lost that for, what, 8-9 year period there? 8-10 years? Maybe 12?
I'd say longer than that. But the way I remember history is if you were elected, it was supposed to be a burden on you while you were elected,
Yeah.
and then you went back home and went back to work. And now we elect everything from dog catcher to president, and they're supposed to have a lifetime in politics, but that's just my opinion.
We're getting updates, and as Julia,
He's doing all the races.
come on up here in next.
Come on in.
Oh, man.
Come in, Twinkle Toes.
See, everybody can see how short.
They're open-toed.
They're on stilts.
Right now. I don't.
Sing and dance or something.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
all precincts are in, and you're the smartest member of the team is back there putting those in right now for everybody. But with 14 of 14, it looks like, I don't know, has he done the numbers?
He's updating.
So has he done this side yet?
Have you got the numbers themselves right?
Okay.
Yes.
So that's going to be fine.
Wow.
Percy's got 2,457 to Jimmy 779, Rita Jack 273, and Tybell Lindsay 173. And the real story of that is how few number of people are in that total.
Yeah.
That is going to be a no runoff.
Exactly.
For a Percy, and so
Yeah.
just go straight to the election. We've got finals for looks like Elliott Brewer and Elton Reed is going to be final 513 to 279. So
Yeah.
they'll advance. I don't know that we've seen. He's got the Democrat numbers over there. Or should.
So right now, Elliott Brewer is going to be, Elliott Brewer is going to be our Republican nominee. I know it. It's a tongue twister.
Thank you.
So we've got updates coming in Ward 3.
Yeah. So interesting. Ward 3. So.
Well, there's change. We're getting new updates now.
We're going to expect that there's going to be a runoff there in Ward 3. And so there are voters that live in Ward 3 that on April the 22nd, they will have a runoff where a Norwood will be on 2 different ballots
Yeah. A Joe and a Joseph.
at 2 different precincts.
Yeah.
So we thought we experienced some voter confusion today. We all need to pray over the people working those polls on April 22nd.
Yeah, Joseph Norwood with 350, who is the incumbent, to Tracy Timms at 396. So we definitely will have a runoff between them. LaQuincy Kimbrough at 59, Sandra Faye Moore 105, and Joy L. Finley at 12.
Yeah.
So we'll see them too.
won.
And Beverly Henson did take the Republican nominee.
Scotty Ray called that early.
It was just, since I've been hanging around you, I've learned so much about
You're
politics.
so full of it. I obviously have no idea what I'm talking about.
You're pretty good at it.
Well, she wears open-toed shoes so she can count.
The You hadn't commented on Greg. Have you looked down?
Yeah, I noticed that.
I didn't know I was going to see you.
Well, her toes
All right,
matches
back
your
to
shirt.
the.
Her toes matches Scotty Ray's shirt.
Garth Ray.
That's Garth Ray.
Ward 5 looks like, yeah, that's going to be, that's over 50%, so no runoff in the ward, in that, yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Rue's going to take that.
And Chad, looks like Justin's going to take that Ward 5 Republican
At 195.
primary. Yeah.
So you'll have three in that one. You'll have Brandon Rue as your Democrat nominee, to Dustin Hill, your Republican nominee, against Ricky Spells, who will be your independent nominee. So there'd be three of them to go across. Yeah.
Came up with full board again. So, and then Miss Walker's spot, gonna keep her seat.
Yeah, 402 to 300 over Kim Houston. That was a little surprising to see that big of a difference between them two.
I thought that was going to be a very close race because they have both won that seat before.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they've connected with a voter well enough to win that seat, and Miss Houston not that long ago held it, so I really didn't know how that one was going to go, but it leaned toward the
What
incumbent
is our
there.
total number of votes
Pitiful.
on mayor?
Pitiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may not have all of our numbers.
Yeah, let me see. I can go back.
All right, so we can go over here. I got one of them calculators. Miss Davis, forgive me for doing this. So 779 plus 2457 plus 273 plus 173 equal
may have it right here.
3,682 voted for mayor.
How many people's registered to vote?
Total registered voters in 14 of 14 precincts, according to this that I got from the city of Meridian, is 17,215, which is pitiful. And then of those 17,215, only 4,990 voted, so well less than a third. So
Wow.
I'm bringing the voter rolls on Friday, and I'm gonna roast people. I'm gonna go through it,
And we should.
and I'm gonna.
It doesn't say who you voted for, but it does tell if you voted.
And it's usually the loudest one hollering is the one you go back and look at. And the one that fusses about the potholes in front of their house and the police protection.
You know,
they didn't go vote.
We're getting a question on Facebook now that people are asking, and they're wanting to know if from RW they've called him out and asking if the guy in black is his brother,
No.
because they're talking about you.
No. He's
You're-
still working on feeding cows.
All right, so you and RW aren't kin. Is that what you say? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got races where there's 643 total people voted, and that determines who
Your future.
Yeah.
Your future and your kids and your grandkids.
millions and millions
Yeah.
of dollars. So.
That's like where you bank at. Do you take that serious?
Ward 5 is
Yeah.
a great example. The Republican primary in Ward 5, 448 total people voted.
Ward 5, that was it?
In the Republican primary for Ward 5,
400.
448 people are the total deciding.
And how many Republicans do we have, do you think, that are registered in that precinct?
More than that.
A lot more than that.
Do you think that because you had that big of a selection in the Democrat for a mayor pulled a lot of people over to that party to vote and not vote
There's a
Republican?
lot of people that they have a strong opinion about who should be the mayor one way or the other, and you have to pick if you want to be Republican or Democrat, and they said, I'm going to be a Democrat today, and I want to influence that election. That's their right, they can do that.
Yeah.
But the total vote count indicates that isn't where everybody was.
That's right.
Some people a lot of people stayed at the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over 2/3 of the people.
Did I hear you right? 17,000 registered out of 34,000 roughly. And then of
Some of
that,
those aren't over the age of 18, so.
okay, all right, that's okay. But of that, we only have 4,900 vote out of 17,000 registered.
That is correct. There you go.
That's
And only 3,600 voted for mayor.
so we have we got totals on everybody at this point? All right, let's go down and let's go through each one again and go over who won.
Thank y'all.
Greg, join us. We'll have Percy Bland joining us in a minute. He's en route to join us. But okay, let's go over. Let's start at mayor. And Rob, if you'll flip this and let's put this up on the screen so they can see this as we go through, and then we'll come back and talk. Now, as you see this, Jimmy Smith is coming in second at 779. Percy, 2457.
That's huge. 3.5 times more for Percy Bland than Jimmy. A huge gap. 2,457 votes. Rita Jack, 273, and Tybell Lindsay, 173. Even if it was just Jimmy and Percy, the 300 or 450 votes really wouldn't have helped anything. But that's a big one. So we're going to see Percy Bland, no runoff, Democrat nominee against Jimmy Copeland as an independent for mayor of Meridian. We will have a new mayor in Meridian on July 1st.
Now, do we have numbers on this?
We got numbers for the Tyrone.
All right. We're going to get these up.
Let's go. We're going.
I'm so wildly unqualified for this. I have no idea. Ward 1. Where were they?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We got to go back to the starting. So we don't have right now Tyrone Johnson and Cassandra Emerson. That girl's going to get them right now for the Democrat side. But on Ward 2, let's go. All right, Ward 2, we still don't have them. So it's going. So Dwayne Davis is going to be your Democrat nominee and go against an independent. Now Ward 3. This was. Go ahead and show that. And Ward 3 here again, Joseph Norwood, our incumbent, at 350, and Tracy Timms at 396. So that will be a runoff. Sandra Moore got 105, LaQuincy Kimbrough 59, and Joy Finley 12. So after that runoff, our candidate for the Republican side is Beverly Henson. So what do you have now? Ward 1.
I think it's just. I don't think Cassandra's either. Is Cassandra an independent?
I would have to hang on here. We can look here. Look, go to the. We'll find out here. We're looking for something.
All of your accurate, up-to-date news. I'm going to the Scotty Ray Report.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it here.
No.
I need to go to page 2, which I ain't got glasses on, so that makes it tough.
I don't know why I can't remember. I guess, but there's not any votes because I think it's just Tyrone and is the Democrat there. But I don't know if Cassandra is an independent or if she wasn't on the ballot for some reason or what.
All right, so on the Republican side, we've got Elliott, I got it that time, Elliott Brewer, 513, and Elton Reed, 279. All right, we got it.
You're showing it. Let me go. I'm going to go ask him again. But, okay.
Maybe there's a mistake that we didn't know about on that.
So Ward 2, where were we at on Ward 2? I think we covered that one, Ward 3, that was Joseph Norwood and Tracy Timms. Ward 4, Ramonde Walker, 402, Kim Houston, 300. So Ramonde Walker will be your next councilwoman. There is no independent or a Republican candidate in Ward 4. So
So Cassandra did remove her name from the ballot. So it was just Tyrone Johnson was on the ballot. So he had a great day.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
So
Tyrone.
Tyrone Johnson, we're going to call it and say he won the Democrat
Very
nominee.
good. I'm so proud
We're
of you.
getting better. We're getting better with this.
All right.
So now, Ward 5, we've got Brandon Rue at 365, Jatara Smith 176, Shirley Godwin at 65. I think that's going to be outright. I think Brandon's going to win that seat as well. What you on that one, Julia? Brandon Rue is going to move automatically. We're not going to see a runoff on that one either, correct?
Let me get my fingers and toes out. But yeah, he does 50% plus one.
Yeah, so Brandon Rue will be the Democrat nominee for Ward 5, and Chad Acton at 195, Dustin Hill at 251 will be your Republican nominee against Ricky Spells as an independent. So 3 of them going there.
All right. As we mentioned in a moment, in just a few minutes, we'll have Percy joining us. He's en route. They're at a, I guess what you would call a party there.
Yeah, an acceptance party. So that's going to be good. We'll get him to come in route. Elliot Brewer said that he would probably come in and try and speak to us as well. But Meridian, y'all did show up and vote. But I wish it would have been a little bit more. But the mayor's race was still something that surprised all of us, that many people came out, and we do not see a runoff. Here comes Mayor Bland, Mr. Bland, to see him and come walking in. Looks like he's got another mayor following right behind him. Come on in, sir.
Where we at, man?
Man, I tell you,
Right there.
yeah.
We ain't doing Scotty Ray. Congratulations, my friend.
Man, congratulations.
Numbers back up for us as we look at this.
Yeah.
This was big.
Yeah. The absentees on this?
No.
Absentees not on that? Okay. So yeah, we
354 absentee ballots that still hadn't been counted yet.
yeah. So we're very humble. We're very glad that people came out and voted. We know we got more work to do. We plan to do more work. The people have spoken. You know, those are some big numbers. We pulled a number out. 4,000 people looks like voted in the Democratic primary. And we're just ready for the general. We're ready to serve the people. We're ready to continue to talk about the things that are most important to our citizens, and that's what we're going to do. And
We talked about this before. When you came in and talked with us, you realized people are concerned about crime.
Yeah.
And boy, you spoke what people wanted to hear here.
Yeah, but also about leadership, also about experience, also about having a vision for the city and having a record of being able to get things done. I know it's going to be a lot of new faces on the city council. I worked with 2 totally different city councils before. We're going to be a lot wiser in how we communicate our vision and also work with the city council. And we're going to have a strong team. We're going to put a strong team together, and we're going to move this city forward. And so this is just the first step tonight, this race tonight, but we look forward to serving the people. We look forward to continuing what we've been doing on the campaign trail, which is talking about the things that matter the most to people and talking about why Percy Bland is the best fit to be the mayor of the city of Meridian.
Percy,
We're going to June 3rd. What do you say to that
Yeah.
person that's sitting there watching now going, June 3rd's coming, what I do? What do you say to that person out there?
So a lot of people, some people out there, of course, that supported other candidates, and what I'm communicating to them is, give me an opportunity to listen to what you're going to hear from me over the next couple of months. Look at the things that we already got done, and understand that the things that we may have failed at doing. That we have a vision, we have a plan to make those things happen this time around. And, those that did not vote for me, I'm asking for your vote and your support in this next race, because there's 1,000 people out there that voted for another candidate. And I want you guys to give me an opportunity, and I want to serve you guys as well.
Percy, when you do look at these numbers and you see right now Ramonde Walker is going to retain her seat, Joseph Norwood is going into a runoff to retain his, but you've got already 3 new council people that's going to be sitting there alongside the next mayor. What kind of message does that send to the council, to the mayor, that the turnout was like it was and the change of leadership?
It says that people want a government to be better, and that's from the mayor's office to city council folks. And what our promise and our pledge is to the people is we're going to work with that council no matter who serves in wards 3 and 5 after all this is over with, and also in Ward 1, because it's going to be a competitive race here in all the wards actually. So the only person, well, all the wards are going to be competitive. I'm thinking that some of these races are over, but except for 4.
Yeah, so, Ramonde Walker will retain hers, and that's the only one.
Good government. That's what you're going to get. Where we're right here. Good government, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're going to get from Percy Bland. We're going to provide you guys with good government, a good team, and you're going to hear our vision, and you're going to see a person who has been there and done that, and want to get us to a better place going forward. And that's what you're going to get from Percy Bland.
Well, we can't thank you enough, and congratulate you tonight on a huge win here.
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Percy, it's good to see you. And we've got another mayor in here that come on in here, sir.
Yeah, real quick.
Man, look at here, and you're not having to worry about anything. How does that feel?
Well, I felt like I was running. We're just excited that the people of the city of Meridian got out and voted and decided that that they wanted to go with Percy. He was able to tell his vision over the last few months, and we were out there pushing it. And I'm glad the people spoke on, hey, we want something different. And so I'm glad we still not done yet. Still got another race to run, and I know he's going to get up tomorrow working hard. So
how does it with Lauderdale County having the town of Meridian and the city of Meridian inside of it? How important is it for not just the county but the town and the city to also work together as one?
It's very important. I mean, the city of Meridian has some resources. We have some resources. We bounce each other back and forth. It's sometimes calls that we can get to that they can't get to a lot quicker and things like that. And so we try to back each other up. So it's always important that we have a good working relationship, because that makes a difference.
Well, good deal. And Mayor, we appreciate you coming and spending time with us too. Man, it's been a heck of a day. We're getting a message board over here that says we're about to be kicked out.
Let's do it.
So,
thank y'all.
Mayor, good to see you. Yes, sir.
I want to say a big thank you to everybody for joining us tonight for election coverage live from City Hall.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
bright and early tomorrow morning,
8:45.
beginning at 6:30.